The world is witnessing a dramatic shift. The United States and China, two of the largest economic superpowers, are clashing once again. But this time, China has made a bold move that even President Trump himself didn't anticipate. Are we on the brink of an all-out trade war that could shake financial markets, disrupt supply chains, and hit American consumers harder than ever? Before we dive deep into this breaking development, make sure to subscribe and turn on notifications to stay updated on every twist and turn of this economic battle. Now, let's get into it. President Donald J. Trump, now in his second term as the 47th President of the United States, has once again placed America first in global trade policies. His administration has introduced sweeping new tariffs, shaking up not just U.S.-China relations but the entire world economy. What did Trump do? Announced a 10% tariff on Chinese goods with possible increases if China retaliates. Hinted at a 60% tariff on critical imports from China, a move that stunned economists. Targeted steel and aluminum imports with a 25% tariff impacting global metal markets. Warned of further sanctions on countries like Taiwan and Europe, setting off international concerns. How did China respond? China immediately retaliated by imposing 10 to 15% tariffs on key U.S. exports. Critical sectors such as crude oil, liquefied natural gas, and agricultural products are now directly affected. A major shift in trade strategy. China is limiting exports of crucial raw materials, a move that could cripple U.S. industries relying on Chinese supply chains. This is no longer just a trade war. This is an economic chess match where both sides are making bold, unpredictable moves. What exactly are tariffs? Simply put, tariffs are taxes on imported goods. For example, if an American company imports a product that costs $100 and a 10% tariff is added, the final cost rises to $110. A 60% tariff on Chinese goods would drastically increase prices, forcing companies to either absorb the costs or pass them down to consumers. And that means higher prices for everyday Americans, from household items to cars, groceries, and even technology products. The economic impact U.S. companies might move manufacturing back home, boosting domestic jobs. But businesses depending on Chinese materials may struggle to stay profitable. Inflation could skyrocket, making essentials like food, fuel, and housing even more expensive. Some sectors, such as American steel and aluminum, might benefit from reduced competition. But will this be a victory for America, or the beginning of a global economic crisis? The stakes are higher than ever. China's retaliatory actions indicate that this trade war will not be short-lived. Will President Trump escalate tariffs further and push China into a deeper confrontation? Or will both nations find a middle ground to avoid an all-out economic collapse? With major diplomatic meetings on the horizon, the world watches anxiously. Could other nations join forces against the U.S.? Will the stock market react negatively to these tensions? Are American businesses prepared for the impact? There's only one way to find out. Stay tuned as we continue to break down the next chapter of this economic showdown. The economic battlefield between the United States and China is growing more intense. With President Trump doubling down on tariffs, China is now making bold countermeasures that could shake the foundations of global trade. But what exactly is China planning? How will this affect the everyday American? And could this be the beginning of something much bigger than just a trade war? Let's break it down. The world expected China to retaliate, but nobody saw this coming. Instead of simply matching tariffs dollar for dollar, China has shifted its strategy, targeting specific industries and long-term supply chains in ways that could cause lasting economic damage to the United States. China's retaliatory moves more than just tariffs. 1. Restricting rare earth exports. Rare earth minerals, essential for tech, military, and automotive industries, are heavily controlled by China. These materials are crucial for making smartphones and laptops, electric vehicle batteries, and military defense equipment. By limiting the export of rare earth elements, China could cripple industries dependent on these materials. The United States would have to find new suppliers at higher costs, driving up prices for American consumers. 2. Targeting American agriculture. China has cut down imports of American soybeans, corn, and wheat, causing a ripple effect across U.S. farms. Farmers are losing billions in revenue. Agricultural exports have plummeted. Some farmers are struggling to stay in business. Trump's promise to protect American farmers is now facing its biggest challenge yet, as China shifts to alternative suppliers in Brazil, Argentina, and Russia. 3. Disrupting the U.S. manufacturing supply chain. China isn't just hitting agriculture, It's going after American factories that depend on Chinese parts. Automobile manufacturers are seeing higher costs for car parts. Electronics companies are paying more for components sourced from China. Retail prices are rising, affecting everything from home appliances to clothing. China's message is clear. We're not just going to respond to tariffs. We're going to hurt industries that Americans rely on daily. Economists warn that if the trade war continues, it could trigger a global recession. Stock markets are already showing signs of volatility. Investors are pulling back from risky markets. Companies are delaying expansion and hiring. The real question is, can President Trump force China to back down before serious damage is done? Or will China's long-term strategy outlast Trump's economic warfare? Right now, the world is holding its breath as both sides refuse to blink. Who will come out on top? Will America win this economic battle? Or will China reshape global trade forever? The next few weeks will determine the future of U.S.-China relations, the global economy, and American industry. Make sure to subscribe and turn on notifications so you don't miss the next update on this developing situation. Comment below. What do you think about Trump's tariff war? Will it help or hurt America? Let us know your thoughts. The hidden cost of a trade war. The real cost of tariffs. How much are American families really paying? The secret negotiations happening behind closed doors. Is a deal closer than we think? China's hidden weapon. The economic strategy they haven't revealed yet. All this and more in the next episode. Stay tuned. Thank you for watching. See you in the next video.